Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here in Hong Kong. Welcome to the pitching final of Startup Express 2022. I am Vivek Mahbubani, your host for today, and I hope you enjoyed one of the 5 suggestions I gave you for the 5-minute count-up to today's event, because we are in love with the number 5 this year. You might be asking why? Because it's the 5th anniversary of Startup Express. That's right. If I really could, I'd come up to you and say, give me 5. I'll stop. It's okay. It's terrible. I'll stop that, right? Now, if you're tuning in from Hong Kong, I want to say, 大家好嘛. If you're coming in the morning having a coffee in London, well, good on you. Good morning. And if you're tuning in late night having a snack over in New York, well, you're a really die-hard startup fan. I'm impressed as well. Now, Startup Express is a startup development program organized by HKTDC with the support of our strategic partner AMTD Group. With the support from AMTD, we're happily stepping into the 5th anniversary year of the program this year. Now, with this year's application starting back in February, applications from each startups just flew in. Through a series of selection processes with the help of professional judges, we have 20 finalists joining us today from art tech, EdTech, and food tech categories for the first time, alongside fintech, green tech, health tech, prop tech, and smart city startups. They will be pitching in front of our judges panel and international audience today. And you do not want to miss any of one of their amazing pitches, all right? This is a lot of excitement ahead. Now, in the past 4 years, 40 winners have benefited from our efforts in helping them build connections, explore overseas markets, seek business and funding partners, as well as gaining brand exposure. We're so glad to have witnessed them grow in rapid expansion in so many of our past winners. Now, with every milestone, it's always good to stop and take a moment to look back and go down memory lane, which is why I want to take a moment to review the amazing journey of our past 4 cohorts. Let's check it out. The passive radiative cooling technology for energy saving. Please welcome to the stage i2Cool Limited.
Thank you. So, hello everyone, I'm Martin from i2Cool. This is our world. We need to spend a lot of energy in air cooling each year, resulting in a significant amount of carbon emission, impacting in the energy crisis and climate change. So what's the impact of climate change? So with a global warming, the sea level increase, and this is the SME Center, the venue of here today. 100 years later, assume that the sea level increased 10 meters, so the seawater is coming. And how about 10 meters higher? Around all the center here, all the area will be covered by the seawater. So what if all the ice on the earth has been melted? You see, if 100 years later, we still want to hold this event here, it is impossible because you are under the sea. So to mitigate these effects, we are inspired by a Sahara animal and create a coating that can reflect all the sunlight and emit 8 to 30 microns of the energy to the cold universe to create the cooling. And this can save the energy around 120 kilowatt hour per meter square for the building with short payback period and long lifespan. And launching the product in November last year, we have applied the product in many different scenarios in Hong Kong, collaborating with developers, government, and some building owners to verify the cooling effects in Hong Kong. And our surface area has achieved more than 8,000 square feet, saving around more than 20 kilowatt hour of electricity in Hong Kong, saving 13 tons of the carbon emission. This is a weight of 3 adult elephants, equivalent to planting more than 3,000 trees, 16 charter gardens in Hong Kong. And supported by the CTU and our investor, we have deeply connected with the industry and promise rapid growth in the future. And apart from the building, actually, all the surface in outdoor environment can use our technology for cooling purpose. And we will have new products, different colors, different texture, such as the ceramic and the cooling textile for the cooling mask and the cooling clothes. And we lead the fundraising, and we have completed the first one ahead of schedule before the 1st anniversary of our foundation. And in the future, we will construct a manufacturing center to increase our production capacity to supply our technology to the global market. And we also want to especially launch the B2C market, such as the cooling clothes and the cooling mask, such that everyone, not only the building owners, not only the developers, can use the technology, but everyone, all of us, can be benefited from this technology. And this is also the vision of our team to promote a sustainable living style and to promote the carbon neutrality and impact everyone. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. This is something important to all of us. We have a bit of time now for questions from the judges. If anyone's curious, please let me know. Raymond has a question.
What is your cost disadvantage right now compared to traditional kind of paint, white
Yeah,
paints?
For the traditional white paint, the unit cost is around 50 Hong Kong dollars per meter square. So now, if the volume is large, we sell at less than 100 Hong Kong dollars per meter square. But we can create cooling effects except for the normal painting function. So we actually can save the money for the customers.
All right. We're going to go with Jason first. Jason first.
Yeah, how long does the paint last? What's the attrition rate? And have you time tested? And side effects, any disclaimer you wish to state?
Yeah, thank you for your question. So for the side effect, because we are water-based paint, so only the water vapor will evaporate during the current process. We have tested in the UV agent test to accelerate the degradation, and we found that it can last for more than 5 years. So in the 6th year, the cooling performance will degrade around 3%, and in the 10th year, it will degrade 15%, and after that, it will saturate and will not degrade anymore. So if you want to remain the cooling performance as beginning, you can reduce in the 6th year to coating a very thin layer. Yeah.
All right, Arshad.
Do you need to manufacture it yourself, or is there opportunity to license it to other manufacturers?
Yeah, so at the moment, we go OEM, and we are also constructing a small warehouse to manufacture our own product in the Greater Bay Area. So finally, we will hold our brand because of the branding value issue we consider. So we will do the manufacturing by ourselves.
But I guess my question is it so complex that you guys have to do it, or is it something that someone else could easily do if you give them the instructions?
If we give the formula, so it's easy to do because the manufacturing process is easy. We just need a stirrer, like the normal painting manufacturing tools to make it. That's why we want to hold the formula by our own team to secure the confidential information.
Thank you.
All right.
Can
Ben
you
has
share
a
more
question.
about the timeline regarding spending into other product category apart just paint?
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of the building today they don't have a wall with paint. They have mirrors and tiles, right? So, So when are you launching other use cases?
We have all the product demo in the laboratory, but we need to do more downstream research, such as extending the lifespan and lowering the cost. So we will launch the ceramic and the textile within 2 to 3 years.
All right, we're down to 20 seconds. Any last quick thoughts you have? Andrew has a question. Please go for it.
Yeah, my last question is the similar question. I mean, paint, as Ben said, paint is not used as much in external fabrics in Hong Kong. But have you product that you can apply on like other services like plastic services, tile services to reflect the heat? I mean, that's the easy unique function. So do you have some product in that field?
So for the high scrappers, the high-rise building, we will have the textile in the future to like a curtain to install in each floor of the building to reflect the sunlight.
Perfect. That's nice and convenient. Thank you very much. That's 3 minutes of time done for questions. If you liked i2Cool, please go ahead and support them by casting your vote in My Favorite Startup Award, because at the end of today's event, we will announce who got the most votes, all right? All right? So I think we all got warmed up. We know how the game works. So it looks good that everyone knows how to work with the polling and the Q&A. So let's get this going, everybody. One more thing I'd like to add is that this year, we actually have a brand new award called the ESG Award. Now, this is to recognize the startup with the most effective integrating environmental, social, and governance ESG elements into their products or solutions that can better serve the community and the environment. It's a very important key point here. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it is our honor to introduce the judges here who will be picking the best startups for us. Let me introduce them one by one. And let's also hear from each of them what they think is the most important element of a startup. Introducing first, Mr. Raymond Young, Vice Chairman, AMTD Group. Say hi to everyone. AMTD Group has been the strategic partner for the 4th year, and we're so thankful that Raymond is on board with us today. Now, keep coming back because HKTDC values this partnership a lot. Because we're going to announce the ESG Award, and the ESG Award goes to i2Cool. i2Cool, well done. All right, let's get a photo together facing forward, please. All right, everything's good. Okay, thank you so much, Aituku. There we go. That's ESG. Thank you so much, Stephen. You may please be seated. And now I'm going to announce the 10 winners in random order. So please, when the winners, you hear your name, please come up to the stage one by one if I call out your name. The last lucky team, the last team to make it through for our top 10, it goes to Aituku. Got a picture? There we go. Thank you very much, Arshad. You may please be seated. One more hand for all our winners, everybody. One more hand for them. Well done. Fantastic efforts. And all the finalists as well.